Windows detects GPT disk as MBR in EFI boot. This disk is aux Vertex 128GB SSD. It is formatted as GPT from OS X. The disk layout is I'm trying to install Windows 7 in this twin partition, but when I EFI boot Windows 7 64-bit USB installer, it says Windows cannot be installed to this disk. The selected disk has a MBR partition table. On EFI system, window can only be installed to GPT disks. But my disk is GPT disk. Any idea how I can recover from this?
Did you happen to use Apple's disk utility to create a fat file system and that to be Windows partition? If so, you converted the disk from a legal GPT disk into a hybrid MBR disk, which OS X sees as GPT and Windows sees as MBR. The solution in this case is to clear the hybrid MBR data. A number of utilities can do this. I'll describe how to do it with my own GPT disk utility. Download GPT disk from its SourceForge page and install it. Versions are available for Linux, OS X, and Windows. I'll assume you'll do this from OS X. Alternatively, you could run it from a Linux emergency disk like Parted Magic. Launch disk on your disk by typing sudo disk/dev/disk1 in a terminal window. Change the device identifier if it's not as you presented earlier or if you use another OS for the job. Type P to view the partition table to verify you're working on the correct disk. If not, type Q to quit without saving your changes and try again with another device. Type X to enter the Experts menu. Type N to create a fresh protective MBR. Note that disk won't confirm a change, it'll just show you a new Experts prompt. Type W to save your changes. You'll be asked to confirm this action. Do so. With any luck, this will fix the problem. If it doesn't, though, you can use Disk V option on any menu to have disk look for partition table problems. It can fix some minor problems automatically, but other times you'll need to make explicit changes. See the GPT disk documentation on GPT repairs for details. El Capitan Addendum. Apple's OS X 10.11, El Capitan, includes a new feature, known as rootless or system integrity protection, which makes it difficult or impossible to run certain types of utilities, including GPT disk. To be sure, this new feature is intended to improve security by making it harder for malware to take control of the computer or for users to accidentally damage their own systems. But it also causes problems if you really need to use GPT disk or other third-party tools. If Apple's own tools permit removing a hybrid MBR, I don't know how it's done with them, so as far as I know this task really does require bypassing this new security feature. There are several ways to work around this problem, such as use a non-OS X OS, such as an Ubuntu installer booted into its try before installing mode. Hold down Command+R as you boot your Mac to launch the recovery environment, in which this feature is disabled. In theory, you should be able to run disk in this environment, although you might need to adjust the path environment variable. I've not tried this approach, so there may be hurdles I've not considered. Boot to the recovery environment, open a terminal window, type csrootle disable, and reboot into your regular environment. This action disables the rootless system. You can re-enable it by performing these steps but pass enable rather than disable to CS rootle. For more on the subject of the rootless environment, see this page.
If you want to support the channel, press the consider subscribing.